Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today's topic would be, what does a market crash feel like? So why I feel it's important is that it helps you manage your emotional state of mind during economic downturns. So of course the best way is to experience it yourself, and that's the best way you learn. But I think that learning through others is the second best way. So today will feel a bit like a storytelling session. So the first one is found on Boggerhead Forum. So this is an index fund forum, and then it was in October 2008. So after the great financial crisis by this person called Sheepdog. So I have retired for 10 years. I am the one who has said over and over again, stay the course, look for the long term. Yeah, sure. That's fine until today. So today did it. I'm just starting to be scared so that I won't tell my wife what happened today. Stocks down, bonds down, I'm down. Our retirement funds are sucking down the drain. I lost today alone a year's worth of normal distribution for expenses. I keep thinking tomorrow will be a turnaround. I've said that for 30 days. I am 25% capitulating tomorrow, maybe 50% to money markets, maybe all. This is not me. I will see tomorrow. I guess the last part is just trying to say that he's going to sell out his investments at a loss and put it into money market funds, which you can see as cash equivalents, as short-term US treasuries. So the next one is from Reddit and is by a person called NewDay0110, and again, it is during the 2008 crash. So I've extracted snippets from his full post, and what I saw during 2008 traumatized me about stocks, causing me to miss out on many opportunities in the following years. The market dipped, but it was a buy the dip moment and everything seemed like it was going to be fine again. Then Lehman Brothers blew up. I was just in the first few months of my career as an equity research analyst at that time. That whole week was unreal. Every morning, we were opening with huge gap down, and the whole screen was red, with many down 10 plus percent. 2009 was a recovery year for stocks. I was unemployed by then myself. I couldn't wrap my head around how stocks were moving up, but out in the real economy, so many people were unable to find work, struggling to get by. It was a nasty time to be a job seeker. What I saw during that week forever changed my view of stocks. It dawned on me that people bet their whole life savings, livelihoods, retirements into these completely fictitious numbers on a screen. It's made me afraid of long-term investing because you might be weathering a 50% drawdown when you need your money the most. So for this part, I think it's also very important to remember to have your emergency savings so that you don't have to sell out your stocks at the worst time and then you realize those losses. So the next one is on crypto, which personally I do not invest, but this one pulled my heartstring a bit because it's by a Singaporean couple with a baby. So KPO and I think Chan Zui Mao, I think that's their full name. So it was during the Luna crypto crash in May 2022. Usually I would try to reply to all of them, but I really didn't have the mood to do anything then. Now that both of us are sort of in the final stage of grief, acceptance, I have decided to document what happened. So the past week was probably one of the longest and toughest weeks for us. We cried multiple times whenever we think of the amount we lost and the chance and opportunity to give baby Ong a better life. We had grand plans, buying a property that is near good schools, decoupling and buying a second property for Chan Zui Mao to generate more passive income. Everything vanished just like that. I blame myself for being too greedy and over leveraging, while Chan Zui Mao blames herself for not holding me back more, which definitely wasn't her fault. The fault is all mine, because she wouldn't have been able to stop me. So after losing her anchor passive income, she's feeling extremely insecure and even wants to return to the workforce, even though I keep reassuring her that we will be fine, with an estimated 6 to 7k SGD passive income from stocks. Long story short, Luna price was falling and I had to avoid liquidation by repaying the loan. So I kept borrowing, taking the UST from Chan Zui Mao's anchor retirement fund to repay my loan. Eventually I emptied her account, but could not fully repay the loan. In the end, we ran out of funds and there was nothing else I could do besides watching everything get liquidated. I honestly never thought the death spiral could actually happen. Although I often said that I am simply blogging about what we are doing and ask people to do their own research before investing, if you read our blog and it had influenced your decisions, I'm really sorry. At this point in time, I have sort of accepted the loss, but I can't get rid of the feeling and guilt that I have been feeling for others. I had so much faith in it that I recommended it to friends and families, and they are all now hurt financially. We tried to compensate our siblings' losses, but none of them took it. So I think one key takeaway for here, which I haven't mentioned previously, is not to invest with borrowed money. So in the worst case scenario, in the event you really lose, you just lose your original capital if the stock goes bust. So yeah, I think that emotions matter more than intellect in a crash. So as mentioned previously, Chan Zui Mao and KPO story was the one that I really felt because of our similarities, being Singaporeans and somewhat similar age. So I think it's easy to say that we're able to manage when the crash happens, but you never actually know until you experience it. You look in your office and it's tense. You don't know who's going to lose their jobs next, and the office is quiet. So you look at the streets, people are tightening their belts, the sound of children laughter diminishing. So I think you really need to be able to compartmentalize that and remember that you're going to throw good money after what you think could be a number on the screen. So the question to ask yourself is, can you really do that? Thank you very much.